Okay, and we're live. Welcome everyone. We are on location with Rekha and Gabby. Now, you may remember the guest beside me from viewers who were watching RNG in the 780. But for those of you who haven't tuned into RNG in the 780, I'm back at it again with the one and only Omar Najar. Omar, how's it going? How you doing?
How are you?
Thank you for interviewing us today.
Well, thank you for coming again. I'd like to welcome both of you
yeah.
for giving us the chance to do it again.
Of course.
And it's always good to see you.
Yeah. No,
it was a great episode last time.
You know what? So for everyone who didn't tune into that episode, and I know I'm going to stop reflecting back to it, but you should tune into it. Omar and I attempted to make shawarmas. Of course, Omar made his shawarma very well, but then when Gabby made his shawarma, there was some hiccups. So
maybe this time it'll be better.
This time it'll be better. This time there must be some level of mastery that I've learned. Yeah. But for the folks who didn't tune into that first episode, Omar, we're just going to do an introduction to everything.
Yeah.
So for you, how did you get started in this business?
In the restaurant business or
Yes,
this
sir.
business?
Oh, in the restaurant business.
In the restaurant business. Well, when we came to Canada in '89,
Okay.
my parents, they took over a restaurant in Raymond, beside Lethbridge,
Oh, okay.
called the Burger Baron. So, we've always fallen back onto restaurants. Although we were going to college and universities and we got our degrees, but we've always been entrepreneurs, trying to do our own thing.
Okay.
And that's why we, back a long time ago, every Lebanese that came here, they were getting into restaurants. So when you come, you get into restaurants as well, because that's what they do and that's what you do the same, So, but now things are a little bit different. People are branching into other businesses. But originally, I'm an engineer, aviation engineer.
Wow. Okay.
And
You're doing something new every day. Yeah.
I did real estate for a long time. Besides real estate, I've owned other businesses. So it's always been good to us.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. So,
but this one here, I took over at the end of 2013. Actually, today marks the 10 years.
Oh,
you
happy 10 years. There we go,
years.
Yeah. We knew this. We were timing this. The research that we did intensively told us that. So 10 years in the business.
That's right.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So
Bonnie and Clyde.
that's us two, truly. The dynamic duo.
Yeah.
For folks who can't see her, Rekha is behind the cameras taking pictures, BTS. The restaurant is currently open right now, so if you do hear anything in the background, it's because we're live and they're still open. So please ignore the sounds that you hear because we're still going. It's very hard to ignore the smells that are coming through though. This place smells amazing. So you began with Burger Baron. You had some restaurant experience. When did you decide I want to open a shawarma?
This one?
Yeah.
Back in 2013, as I said. Well, before that, in 2012, I owned Cora, breakfast and lunch.
Oh, really?
And it burned down. Well, it didn't burn. The whole plaza burned down.
Okay.
And took my place with it.
I was gonna say,
not
just
only
the
my
Cora,
place, just in case, because how people think.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
The whole plaza burned down. Took my place with it. So.
Oh wow! I'm so sorry to hear.
Sorry, it's okay. Things happen, right? And at the time, my friends wanted to get into Lashish.
Okay.
And I invested with them to take over the West End.
Okay.
And I told them I'll buy the downtown one, and this way we can grow the franchise.
Okay.
And but things didn't go the way it's supposed to do, because with partnerships sometimes you get a bad apple in the partnership. Sometimes it
doesn't
screws up
pan out
everything.
as well. Okay.
So then I stayed here, and I'm growing this brand. What I did, I rebranded. The idea was that the leaf and the falafel be the LA instead of the LA, Lashish.
Okay.
But people didn't catch on, so they started calling it Shish Shawarma, and we just went with it. You know what I mean?
Oh, they completely ignored the.
Yeah.
Although I do like the design. I didn't even notice that before. Okay. Okay.
So, and that's why now it's Shish Shawarma. Everybody knows it as Shish Shawarma.
Okay. For those who don't know, why shish? What's the importance?
Shish,
of
it's skewer.
Skewer. Okay.
And shawarma, it's the meats that's put on that skewer.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah,
So Skewer and shawarma, huh? Like it. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy to remember.
A skewer of shawarma.
Skewer of shawarma. There it is. That's the next idea, by the way. Yeah. We're coming up with ideas here.
Now watch, they're gonna go open up a restaurant. It's called Skewer of Shawarma.
That's right. Like it's like shish shawarma, but not the same. It's not in
It's the
Arabic.
same,
Yeah. So the process of learning to make shawarma, was that something completely different? Like you had said, Burger Baron was the initial, Koi was initial. Was it a jump for you to learn how to do Lebanese food? Did you have to go fly out to the country and learn? How was it passed down?
The
to
funny
you?
thing is
Oh.
that, you know, the main person behind this is my mom.
Oh, of course.
Because
Mom's here behind the cameras.
I'm
Your
not.
mom, yeah.
I'm not a cook.
Oh, okay.
Like Nixon said, I'm not a cook.
I think it was Crook, but okay, Cook, yeah, I'll take it. So
but-
she is the one that kind of began to do the cooking, and you learned from there.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so she's the main person for that, and of course my dad. You know, he's
Who's
there with
also
all
here
the
behind
business.
camera.
So, but the main secret is my mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to ask this, and I know that she's here, but we're gonna pretend. Did you start to learn, and do you try to test to see who's is better than the other?
I don't even attempt.
Smart answer.
No,
Smart
it doesn't
answer.
work. Yeah.
No, of course.
No.
I have the same thing. I have never tried to. If I'm told the tabbouleh is how it is, that's how it is.
That's how it is.
I don't
Yeah,
touch
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I don't change it. Do you find that when recipes are passed down to you, I always find like when I ask my Lebanese relatives, like, how do you cook this? How do you make this? They never have a recipe. They're just like, oh, you'll taste it and you'll know.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
same with my mom. She
Yeah.
there's no, like, well, here she does this, like the recipes, because they need to follow it, the staff.
of course, yeah.
Yeah, but normally, yeah, she just puts it in and it's magic, you know.
Has
And
anyone?
She loves food. She loves to feed us.
Of course, yeah.
You know, every time I go to their house, I gain 5 pounds.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know.
that's-
If I drive by the house, I gain
good.
2 pounds. You know.
Just from the smells alone. No, totally. Was the staff able to adapt to the recipes easy, or is no one even close?
Some of them do okay,
Okay.
but nobody perfects it like her.
Okay.
You know, so, and especially in this business, it's not easy, right? You gotta be right on. Everything gotta be right on. So it's hard. It's hard, but we have some good stuff that they caught on.
Oh, very quickly. No, that's.
But still, the magic is with her.
So then I have to ask the question: do you know if your mom has dropped by or not that day from the food?
Has she what?
If she's dropped by, like if she's touched it or if she hasn't?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
100%?
Definitely.
Instantly?
100%.
No, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard thing. Like you think that you wouldn't, and like you can do a recipe to a certain extent, and it can be right.
Yeah.
But then, without mom's touch,
It's not the same.
instantly you're like, this is just tabbouleh, but it could be so much more than tabbouleh.
Oh yeah.
So what are some of the dishes that you offer here at Shish Shawarma?
Well, we offer street food, Lebanese food.
Okay.
But at a quality of the fine dining.
Oh, okay.
Like what we do, we use AAA Alberta beef. We use filet mignon for the kebabs.
Nice.
The chicken is cut A chicken. And now we started the fish shawarma, which is the first in Canada.
Oh, fish shawarma.
Yes.
I
It's
always
the
heard it's
first in Canada.
chicken, beef, like how fish?
Fish. It's something I seen back home.
Really?
And so I figured, you know what, why not start it here in Canada? And we are the first in Canada to do this.
So a 10-year, and we're about to try the first fish shawarma
That's right.
here.
That's
Wow,
right.
that's
Yeah.
intense. And then so I noticed that you have a sign that we're going to refer to here very shortly. The sign says we are not a donair shop. What's the idea
Yeah.
or deal behind that?
It's because people come in here and they want donairs.
Okay.
And we got to a point where we just got sick of saying this is not donair, you know. And although the sign is up there, a lot of people don't see it.
Wow.
And the donair, it's different than shawarma, the actual shawarma. Although some people here, they have businesses and they call it shawarma, and it's not really shawarma. you know.
Okay.
Shawarma, it's the real meat. It's the real steak.
Okay.
That's sliced, marinated, and put on top of each other. So no processed meat, no preservatives, no fillers. And the chicken is also chicken breast, real chicken breast that we marinate and we build here. So no processed meat or preservatives whatsoever. So we try to educate people on this. Now, for the past few years, shawarma started to get popular here in the West,
Yes.
where it's big in the East. In the East, you don't find doner shops.
No, that's true.
Here, a few years ago, you don't find shawarma shops. You know, it's all doners. So that's why we're educating people on that. Yeah. So
Perfect. No,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. So, do you find that owning a shawarma shop, are you more grounded to the traditional flavors, or have you tried to go like have you adopted, like, I know like multiple shops like put avocados on stuff, and I'm like, we don't do avocados, and like, have you tried, or do you keep it more traditional?
no, we keep it more traditional. And if you're gonna do something different, do it under a different category. Do not put the shawarma in it, because here we thrive on being authentic.
Okay.
You know, like we are the most authentic shawarma place in Alberta, hands down. You know, and I invite everybody to come try us out.
Oh.
If they don't like it, money back guarantee. Nobody
Oh.
else would do that.
Yeah, you know what?
You know, so
Take them up on it. It's
yeah.
open right
now.
now.
Watch people will come.
Yeah.
They say, "No, I don't like it." Then you say,
Yeah, they'll eat the
you say
entire
it the
thing like,
next
I
day,
hate
yeah.
it. Yeah. Refund, please.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Right.
that's amazing. It's great to hear that you have such faith. Does it mean a lot to you to bring the authentic Lebanese flavor to your community?
Of course.
And how important is that for you to bring a taste of Lebanon here?
Well, you gotta take pride in it. You know what I mean? And like the Lebanese cuisine, it's one of the richest in the world.
Okay.
And it's sad when you see it here not being valued as it is, what it should be. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people came here maybe from poverty or the war or whatever. They opened up like small little, little stores, and maybe they didn't perfect it, or they didn't do the right image for Lebanese food. So now it's not as
Prominent
like
and- okay.
yeah, like fine dining as Italian food. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Where it's up there. You know, it should be up there. You know what I
course.
mean? So, but that's why we pride ourselves on what we provide here.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's always amazing that I've come in here a few times at different locations and everything. One of the interesting things is that you had for a while like I think it was maple. Is it a maple barbecue?
Yeah, maple barbecue. We
shawarma?
still have that. Yeah.
Oh, still to this day, yeah. And you're like slowly trying to adapt and change things. My personal favorite here is like there's a lamb
Yeah.
that you do,
Lamb
like
kebab, yeah.
yeah, and you actually do it like to a style where like I can't taste the game in it, because lamb to me every time
That's it.
I have it somewhere I'm like, you can still taste the game.
It's because we use Alberta lamb.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and you know Alberta has the best beef and lamb.
You heard it here
In the
first.
world, you
Yeah,
know?
that's right.
So that's why when I started to do the lamb, my supplier, he sent me samples of
Okay.
other different lamb and Alberta lamb. And Alberta lamb is more money. It's more expensive. So we decided to go with Alberta lamb because it's better quality. Although it cost us more, but we want to give, higher quality.
Okay. So
So I
it's-
could use the other one and make more money, but I don't like it. Like here, what we do, and I even tell the staff, if you don't eat it, don't serve it.
Oh, wow.
So it's to that extent,
No, it's
So if I'm not gonna like it, why would I give it to people?
that's brilliant. So it's very important to you to try to outsource everything kind of locally,
That's right.
and work with like local butchers and local
right.
shops.
That's right.
But like you said, like you can go the route of like, not to say like cutting corners, but like it would be that to serve similar but not the same.
That's
but
right.
you've decided not to,
That's
and
right.
it's an important point of pride.
100%.
Yeah, that you
Yeah.
don't?
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's, even the way you're answering it, I'm like, okay, I get it. you never will. So with that, how often, like, when you're trying new recipes and everything, you say that you go around and you sample. Is that the same for, like, because unfortunately, with the pandemic happening and businesses closing, do you ever find that, like, if you have to switch to a new retail or a new butcher or anything, do you have to go and try it yourself? That's an important point.
No, 100%.
Okay.
Because you don't want to change your quality. You don't want people to see the difference. You know what I mean? I'd only change if it's better, but not. I will not go down.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's even though, like right now, everything is more expensive, and inflation is going up. You still sticking to that?
You gotta stick to the high quality. You know, you gotta write. You know, I believe in. Okay, put it this way: a lot of business owners, they look to get rich right now, you know, or make money now, but they don't look at it down the road. What's gonna happen?
Okay.
You know, me, I look at it long term. But I want this person to be. See you, my friend.
Yeah.
How are you?
Like we said, we're still live. People are
Yeah,
still
sorry.
coming through. It's all good. Yeah. Sorry, you were saying.
You need people. The way I look at it, I want people to keep coming and coming and coming. And the best business model is by the volumes, not, you know, and the quality, not just high markups and low quality and make money for a few years and then you're out of business when somebody else comes. you
Okay.
know? No, we got to stay up on top of our game.
No, that's actually a wonderful thing to have. So you would suggest to, because you have been in the restaurant industry, if you're someone that's looking to open up, what are the, I'd say, 5 steps, if you could go back in time to teach yourself, what are some 5 steps that you would tell any new restaurant owner to do as they're opening up? And I know that that might be hard because you're going to create competition, but what would be the 5 things that you've kind of learned?
Well, normally a lot of people think restaurant businesses are easy, and it's not. Actually, it's one of the hardest businesses. If you don't know what you're doing, you will not make it, you know. So you got to know what you're doing, okay? You got to know your competition. You got to know your demographics, location, and it goes on and on and on and on, you know. So it's not, and the cost is very important. Doesn't matter if you're doing $2-3 million a year. If your costs are not under control, you go out of business.
Really?
So
Okay.
yeah, and but like I said, the list goes on and on because restaurants are a very complicated business, especially now. Before, a long time ago, it wasn't. You know,
Okay.
it was different. There wasn't as much competition.
But now you're finding that like there's a lot more, you know, Lebanese restaurants opening up. Like the competition's there instead of being the only one.
A lot of Lebanese restaurants and a lot of restaurants that call themselves Lebanese restaurants are not Lebanese restaurants. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
they're riding that wave. You know. So.
Which is interesting. But yeah, so then that begs me to this question. Shawarma is
But
always...
don't get me wrong, there's a lot of other restaurants out there that are good, that I even go to.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah,
Of
I'm not
course.
saying everybody. Yeah.
Because we have friends in the community, so let's not... Yeah. But I'm going to say, so shawarma is usually contended because, you know, anytime I ask and then to comment, I'll hear that, no, it's the Turks, no, the Greeks, no, the Lebanese, no, like, everyone has certain countries and everything. I'm not going to put you on the spot and say who, but...
Well, you know, Turks, they ruled that area for 400 years, I think, or something
Yeah.
like that, right?
I don't want to shout out the Ottoman Empire because
so
no one
it's
wants
a lot
that.
of,
Yeah.
So it's they all learned from each other, you know, Greeks, Turks, Lebanese, all the Arab world, you know, all that region. Not the Arab world because, you know, it's mostly Lebanon, Syria, Turkey, Greece, you know,
That region.
those regions have similar foods.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's all influenced, you know.
So if you were to walk in, how would you know this is a Lebanese shawarma? Is it the flavors, the spices?
There's the flavors,
Okay.
and the way it looks on there, you
Okay.
know, the style, you know, of the skewers, you know.
Okay.
Because a lot of the Turks and the Greeks, they use the gyros, which is the doner, similar.
Ah,
doner,
okay.
Yeah.
So it's not...
Yeah, but
not shawarma.
in Turkey, there's some that do the same as the steaks,
Ah, okay. So they'll pile
but
it
it's
up in.
different flavors.
Do you find that there's anything that you add to be kind of different? Like I've heard that sometimes in Turkey they like to put kind of like a tomato paste before they put. Do we kind of have that?
No,
Okay.
no, we don't. The tomato paste, we use it for the kebabs on the bread, like as what do you call it, garnish.
Okay.
For on the bread. Yeah, but no, not for the shawarma. Definitely not. Yeah.
And I do have to ask, just because some of the viewers might not be, what are the kind of vegan or meat-free options offered at the shop?
We have lots. We have the falafels. We have the fried veggies. We have our salads. A lot of the dishes you can have in gluten-free, and a lot of them you can have as vegan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And all our sauces are actually the only one that's not vegan is the garlic, because it's got egg whites in it.
Oh, right. I always keep forgetting. I was like, wait a minute, all the sauces should be. And I'm like, all right, no.
Yeah.
Technically,
So,
yeah.
but the other ones like hummus, tahina, it's all vegan.
And the hummus, I remember this, and then also it was on the previous show. You actually go through the effort, and I found this very interesting, that you'll go and actually cook the beans themselves,
That's right.
strain them,
Yeah.
mash them, and you do this every single day.
That's right. Yeah, it's all done fresh. We don't use any canned, like, stuff for the food.
Why?
Why?
Like,
Although we can,
Yeah,
it
I
saves
mean,
labor.
one
And sometimes it's cheaper, But like I said, again, you want to be the brand, like you want to be the place that everybody aims at, So, and we are put as a target, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
So you want to be up there and up top. I can admire that and I can respect that, because obviously, like, I'm not going to complain when someone makes hummus from scratch. I'll say that sometimes if I'm invited for potluck parties, it might be canned because I don't have the time to cook and strain. Like, it's a
It does
procedure.
take a lot of
yeah,
time.
it's
Yeah,
it's not
definitely.
like I can make it in 5 minutes like you can out of the can. But like, if you were to take hummus as you do it, like, how long does it take from boiling till serving for it to actually?
it takes a day, because when you boil them and it's got to sit,
And then
cool
simmer
down,
and then cool. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
so
it's nothing that you can like throw together in 5 minutes.
No,
and
no, no.
anyone that ever does, that was canned, and that's how you know. Which brings me to like, how do you know if you were to walk in? Obviously, yours is gonna be fresh. How do you know, and can you tell?
the
if-
texture and
Really?
the taste, yeah.
So it's a lot less creamy, or is it kind of dry?
You know,
or-
the texture when it's canned, it's like very, very, very smooth, like like milk,
Okay,
like paste.
and that's usually
Usually it's because of the cans, because the cans are very smooth. There's no texture.
oh, interesting.
Yeah, like this
Wow.
one, also is very, very smooth, but you could tell, like, yeah.
No, and I mean, like, the other thing too is like, when I come in, I can see the pot boiling. So I don't imagine you're just boiling a pot of
Just to make
meat.
it look like that. Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
authentic,
put
I swear.
Put the pot on there, right on the side of it. This is hummus.
Yeah, that's right. Authentic, real, yeah. Cooked this morning. The interesting thing I found, and I've had this happen a few times, is when I sometimes ask for tabbouleh, there's certain items, if I go and ask for them, there is a bit of time. And when I've asked why, they've let me know that because they have to make it right then and there,
That's
fresh, right?
That's the thing. Some places they don't do it fresh. Here we do it fresh, because tabbouleh, if you let it sit, it'll get soggy.
Yes.
The taste is not the same. So here, yes, you order tabbouleh, you're gonna wait, because it's made fresh. Like, of course, we'll have all the veggies cut,
Yes.
but it's gonna be put together. So you gotta wait.
Okay,
So,
so
yeah.
then I'm going to ask you again, as a professional input, how do you tell if a tabbouleh isn't fresh, isn't prepared? I'm just trying to teach
from the texture, from the freshness of the parsley and the onions
okay.
and the tomatoes.
So once they're cut, they kind of start to go
If
back.
you leave them for too long, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
See, to me, I always like, anytime I've had some, if I'm picking it up somewhere, if I taste it and the lemon hits very quickly, I'm like, I don't know if this was made fresh, because lemon, once you sprinkle
Also,
like,
some put a lot of lemon in it, yeah.
and then I heard once it's added, it starts to sour. You find like,
Yeah, if the veggies have been there for a while, it does. Yeah.
interesting. The more you know, the more you learn.
Yeah.
So, I do want to try out the dishes,
Okay.
but I did have some questions for you in regards to the last time that I was here. I didn't do a fantastic job and almost burned things to the ground. Are you still comfortable to have me back there
Of course.
making something happen?
Of course, buddy. I'm gonna hire you one of these
Oh,
days.
really? Is that going to happen? Hey, who knows?
Yeah. No, of course, man. It's
Excellent. Did
I
you
like
want
see
to?
it. It'll be exciting to see it again, right?
Yeah. I mean, what we can do is because Rekha's here, Rekha can go behind
And she does
and
it.
she can try.
Well,
Because,
you can both try it.
oh, because I mean, like what happened last time is that I made it, she didn't like it, and then I got to hear about it.
Oh, so you.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So
you let them know when you guys left.
So what if this
Yeah.
time we trade places?
Why not?
Yeah.
Let's see what she can do.
She's rolling up her sleeves. She's ready to go. Okay, cool. Perfect. So,
Yeah.
folks, we'll take a couple of seconds here on a very quick pause, and we'll be right back.